Every facet in our society lies within social realities. So as you can see in my graphic organizer, I use a dying tree to give a deeper meaning to my graphic organizer. So this is my society, the leaves and the fruits of a tree. The roots are the social realities I've seen in my society. So if the roots or the foundation of my society is negative realities, well, the development of a tree which refers to my society will come to astray. Might as well, we will no longer have a better future, for it will eventually die. Therefore, as early as possible, actions should be taken into account to eliminate these sad realities in order for us to save the life of our society. First, parent-child relationship posed at risk due to excessive use of smartphones and social media platforms. With the advent of mobile phones, our lives has changed for the better in some ways. We get to experience better means of communication, ideas to succeed in business, and great exposures to latest things. But definitely, it has its drawbacks, such as parent-child relationship posed at risk to excessive use of mobile phones and social media platforms. So, I have seen that it is one of the social reality that is happening in our or in my society. Let's take a look at this photo as an example. When using their phones, parents are less receptive to their children's request for attention, both orally and non-verbally, which could result in less effective interactions. Same as to children. Many studies have mentioned that one of the key elements influencing children's mental health may be social media. Let's take a look at this picture. It proves that a chance of a child being hyperactive and inattentive greatly rises when they spend more hours on cell phones each day. No wonder why it's hard to command children nowadays. Worse is, they now behave badly to their parents. Also, their sense of worth decline because they are basing on what they see in social media. So, if the family is the smallest unit of the society, this will surely affect my society's development. That's why, as a future social worker, I believe that it is effective to advocate parents through barangay symposium and giving leaflets and making social media outlets that upholds the responsible use of mobile phones. In that way, they would be able to know and be reminded of their big role in saving their family, especially their children, from the negative outcome of this social reality. Second, reading skills among young students regressed during the pandemic year. I've seen many young students who struggled with reading skills when the pandemic hits our country. Many of us witnessed might as well experience that either the parents or the older sibling are the ones who mostly answered the modules of the youngest students in a household. Funny, right? But yeah, it's a reality. They often do it because they don't know what are the effective ways of teaching their child or siblings. Other than that, they are lacking of time since they also need to grind just to survive life. Indeed, the pandemics increased students' stress, disruptions, and learning obstacles, which is why the child's development in oral reading fluency, including the ability to quickly and accurately read aloud, largely stopped after the abrupt school closure brought by the COVID-19. And I've seen that to my nieces, my cousins, and my brothers, and that, in fact, researchers believe that those still in early stages of learning to read may be most affected. So if they don't know how to read, how much more to comprehend? Thus, this issue really needs attention. As a future social worker, I think I could help to address it through providing reading books to the families who need it the most, and encourage their mother to instruct their children to practice reading a book at least 1 hour before going to bed. In that way, it is easier for their teachers in school to teach them on how to comprehend of what they are reading. Again, change comes first from our respective families. I know it's a small action, but small actions matter the most. And for those students whose parents are illiterate, I think it is best to have a regular Saturday reading camp in every barangay with the help of our barangay officials and barangay SK officials to make the project possible. Then, every end of the month, there will be an assessment to the learners' development and give awards for those learners or students or young students who excel. In that way, students will be encouraged to join, learn, and develop. Third, more people are going hungry due to the increasing prices of commodity brought by inflation rate. According to Philippine Statistics Authority, with this month's inflation, the Philippines' average inflation from January to August 2022 stood at 4.9% compared to the August 2021, which 4.4% was recorded. As inflation rate rises, so do prices of commodities. Which is why I have seen many people, mostly poor, are experiencing hunger. I've seen some of my classmates also who skips lunch just to save their money for the motorcycle fare, which has also doubled. Also, parents, mostly those who have no proper income, struggle in budgeting due to high prices of commodity, leaving them frustrated on how will they put food in the table for their families. As a future social worker, I should be a channel of change. I should be a catalyst of change. I believe that addressing this issue through giving poor families cash assistance isn't enough, although it can help, but it's not sustainable. Therefore, aside from giving them cash assistance to address their hunger for the meantime, providing them livelihood such as giving them seeds of vegetables and fruits and fertilizers is way better. Growing their own crops in the available areas of their front yards and backyards is a way more sustainable project, for it will not only put food in their tables, rather it will provide them income if harvest season is approaching. We, future social workers, will help them look for potential buyers through marketing it online so that it is not hard for them to sell their products. In that way, we don't only address hunger, but we also help our economy to develop. Those were the social realities I have seen in my society. How about you? What social reality you have witnessed and how can you possibly address it? Thank you for watching and see you on our next episodes.